do you want to tell people about Project 2025?
Let me just say, Project 2025 is so bad that the former president came out today trying to distance himself from it because he knows that what they are trying to push in there is nothing that any of us want, even Republicans, right? So essentially, they're wanting to complete what I consider has already started. We've seen in the Republican houses and the Republican governors that have said diversity, equity, and inclusion, we don't want that. We want to get rid of that. And we know that our diversity really is our strength in this country. And so we've seen them do that. We've seen the Supreme Court say, you know what, no to affirmative action. What this will do is nationalize on a federal level and say there will not be any diversity, equity, or inclusion. This is a manifesto to white men, old white men, saying y'all are the only ones that are going to be able to survive. We know that as black folk in this country has never necessarily lived up to its promise, but it's been us in the game at the table, making sure that we were pushing for the change that we need to make sure that this country becomes more equitable. And that won't happen overnight. And honestly, no party is perfect, but you've got to look at who is at least recognizing your humanity and absolutely trying to push forward for a better future for you. So in addition to that, now my mama, she used to work for the post office. Now she didn't work for the post office, the IRS, she didn't work for all of them. She been a federal government employee, and everybody know they got an auntie or uncle or cousin, somebody that worked for the post office. What they're saying is those loyal workers that have worked in these careers for decades, sometimes their entire careers, they're saying, you know what, unless they're gonna bow down and pray to the orange Jesus, then they will not have a job. You have to be a loyalist. Right now, what they are trying to do is institute Nazism 2.0 in the United States. And guess what? It's gonna be us that's gonna be on the receiving end of all of it. So I could go on and on and on about the terrible things that are in there, but the basis of it, they're saying it has to be Christianity. And the fact is, everything has to be really Christo-fascism. And so what they're trying to do is say, if you're not doing it our way, then you can't do it. So that comes down to our repro access. And we know the effects of what's happening right now. So they can say all day long that they're not gonna do a national abortion ban, but that's coming next. Getting rid of our contraception, that's coming. These are things that we already see that they're trying to bring down the pipe. And most importantly, they are going to finish wrecking this Supreme Court that we all hate. I don't care who you are, but we all hate the Supreme Court. The numbers show it. And so what they're going to do is Trump is supposed to put in 2 more Supreme Court justices that will be younger and give them lifetime appointments. Listen, y'all, we can't afford to let this happen. This is like having the mass shooter leave out his manifesto and saying, we not going to do anything about it. We just going to go ahead and let him murder us. Right now, they are trying to murder our democracy, and it is up to us to say that we will not go.